Yo, what's up? My name is Patrouski. Good morning, everybody. How are we doing today? Today I wanted to do a quick video running through the PokeMMO staff. There's actually an entire list of all of the staff members listed on the forum post. This will also be linked in the description as a source, of course. Make sure to check that out if you want to see it at your own pace. But we're just going to be running through. I think it's important to understand how many people are involved in doing what jobs, developers, administrators, community managers, all that sort of stuff. I think it's cool to understand what people do, understand people's names, understand how many people are working on, just sort of humanizing the devs in general, as opposed to an ambiguous figure, like a shadowy, thing to just kind of critique and shit on, or even, praise without, any, I think it's good to have an understanding of who they are and what they do, and let's go ahead and jump into it. So PokeMMO staff listings, this is posted by Desu, mind you, so of course they're going to list themselves first. I kind of respect it. It's a good meme. Desu, lead developer, systems administrator. Now this was posted in 2012, but it's been updated since, I believe. We'll check out when the last update was in a bit. 15 years plus of MMO RPG development experience. I don't think people realize how much MMO experience the team has. That's unbelievable. 15 years plus. Now, does that count the development of PokeMMO? I don't know. Even if it does, I kind of don't think it does. The reason why is because Q says 5+ years, and I'm pretty sure Q's been around since like the start of the game, if not like very 2014, 2015, like very early on. I'm pretty sure Q's around since the start. So why would it be 5+ if PokeMMO's been out for 11 years? That's my thought process. So 15+ years there. Squirtle, we see Squirtle, head game master and controller. Now controller is kind of interesting. So what I assume, I don't know all the tech, right? I'm not involved in this industry. I'm just a dumb YouTuber, right? Controller, what I assume this means is, if you know the OT Squirtle, if you've ever seen a Pokemon with the OT Squirtle is responsible for spawning in Pokemon into the game. So I assume with the tag or with the title controller, Squirtle has certain obligations and certain like controls over the game that other devs do not, or something like that. Because if there's ever an issue with spawning in Pokemon, then you have to look back at Squirtle, like, oh, Squirtle must have done that or something like that, right? I think it's an interesting title to just be aware of. Squirtle is the only dev that I've ever seen, we know of, that spawns in Pokemon to reward people for PvP tournaments and catch events and everything like that. All of that is spawned in via Squirtle, which is kind of cool to me. All right, moving on. We've got Q. We talk about Q a lot. Q is the sassy, very smart game dev who does a lot of fantastic things for the game. Product developer, staff administrator, creative lead, and 5+ years of, obviously more than this in reality, but 5+ years probably before PokeMMO. Shu. Now this is a name that I'm embarrassed that I don't really know well enough, and I apologize. I don't really know Shu very well, which is maybe they're just quieter on the forums, or I don't really see them post enough. I don't really know what they do. I don't really know them. I'm sure they're doing great stuff behind the scenes. I don't really know. Product developer, 20+ years. Shu is the person with the most amount of experience. It's kind of funny. It's almost like ironic / almost makes sense. The person with the most experience is the quietest in the forefront in terms of social media and stuff, which honestly, I feel like that comes with wisdom. Kind of genius. I think like it's tough out there being a developer. I understand. Now, Vuku is one of the newest additions to the team. Vuku was specifically picked up, from my understanding, as an iOS developer, as it says. So Vuku was actually, I did a video on this a while back. Vuku was, I believe, the only, if not one of the, I think it was the only new developer ever added to PokeMMO, like since the game's creation. Like it's that big of a deal. Vuku is an iOS developer, and he was brought on specifically to help them develop for iOS for Apple. So that's pretty cool. The least amount of MMORPG development experience. This just makes sense because obviously he's like a mobile developer. He came in to specifically help with mobile. He does what he needs to do. He's awesome. It makes sense. Rach is probably by far the most social of all the higher ups, all the, what is this, administrators or developers, kind of just both. Yeah, Rach is definitely the most communicative of the devs. Like, Rach will even say stuff in my Discord, and I know Xanarchy logs a lot of it, thanks to Xanarchy. Shout out to him, and shout out to Rach. It's really, really, really appreciated how communicative Rach has been, especially over the past 2 years or so, on the forums and in Discords all over the place, etc. Game designer and creative lead, awesome. Head of QA, Pog. All right, Rach Pog. Darkshade. graphic slash game designer. Now, Dark Shade's another person. So I believe his name is Blue here. I could be wrong. I believe his name is Blue here because I think he's inactive. I believe he is like inactive. He may pop back and forth here and there, but I don't think he's like I don't think he's actively working on the game comparatively to the other developers. I could be wrong. I think that's my understanding. Dark Shade was around for a long time. He was kind of a memer back in the day. He memes on the forums. He's had some good posts. Dark Shade seems cool. I don't have a whole lot to say about him. Seems like a good meme. It's always been hinted at that there would be in game. There are a couple developer vanities, right? There's the Electric Storm, which is just chosen. There's the Q hat. And there's the Desu lab coat, right? It's been hinted at since the dawn of time that we would get a Dark Shade water gun. I think that's the item that he wanted. So maybe one day we'll see that. Kind of a good meme. Bearminator, a name as old as time, as old as the bears themselves. Been around forever. I've seen so many global chats things and just so many bans and so many ban appeals, screenshots and such answered by Bearminator. He seems to do so much for the game, even from the player, like even from a casual player perspective. I guess you can call me not casual, whatever. From a player perspective, I think anybody can see how much Bearminator does. So, moving on. Secret Jin, not a name that I see too often nowadays, but it actually popped up recently for me. Cool guy, does a lot of work. These are all moving on to game masters and moderators, by the way. Senior game masters, ban appeals manager. So here we see player reports manager. Okay, that's cool. Secret Jin, ban appeals manager. Teddy is the senior game master, support manager, and social media manager. That's cool. I'd love to see more. I need to check out their social media a bit more. I check Twitter sometimes, or X, I guess now, haha, for PokeMMO, but I'd love to look a little. I think they've been doing a little bit better on that over the last 2 years. I think I made a critique about 2 years ago or so, saying they should be a little more active on social media. Like I feel like PokeMMO is a game that should dominate social media. Like it actually should. Like it's one of those games where it's like if they just made more posts, it's not that easy. I understand that, but man, PokeMMO is one of those games that, like, once people find out about it, they fall in love with it. It's not like it's like literally the biggest problem is spread of the information of it and spread of the awareness of PokeMMO. This is like a game where it's like this game does really well, like on Instagram, just like the average person strolling through and like, oh, Pokemon, I like Pokemon. Oh, and I can play with my friends. What the heck? And it's like it's super. Like this game should dominate social media. So I'd love to see more of that, honestly. But Teddy popping off. Yibu? I don't. He's head of Chinese staff, and gotcha. I'm not familiar with that. That makes sense. It's kind of crazy how like secular like the Chinese and like America, like different language communities kind of end up being in PokeMMO sometimes, just due to there's a severe time difference, time zone difference, excuse me. And there's like, obviously the language barrier is pretty big there. We should try to work. We have some, like I know in certain Discords we'll have some like Google Translates like ready to go like in the Discord to like try to help bridge that gap. And these are just game masters. Okay, this is a big list of game masters. Miki, Revzy. I know. I'll kind of call out the names that I know. I'm not trying to sit here and rate the devs. I'm sure they all do a fantastic job. Miki, I don't really know the name. Revzy, been around forever. Know the name. Canine XL, been around forever. Cosmooth, been around for a bit. I like every time he's a cool guy. Damien, I think I had the privilege of talking to Damien in an interview on my channel a bit back. Seems like the coolest guy. Z seems really cool. Broken Bulb, I don't really know or don't really see as much. Elizen, I always see really great forum posts. Zach C seems to help out a lot with catch events, and UK seems to also help out with catch events here and there. That's really it. Game Masters, we've got Munya, Chen Shushu. Sorry if I butchered that. Dez Bruno's been around forever. Austin helps with catch events. Munyo's been around forever as well. Edwardino, big catch event guy. A lot of big catch event helpers. Clara, Makapaka, apologies if I'm butchering names. Baby Tap, I know, kind of newish, I believe. I could be wrong. Helps with a lot of catch events. Enzo helps with catch events and I see them in global chat sometimes. Captain Zianyu, mostly catch events, I think. B-Bade, I don't know them very well. Dawn Ice Queen, I see in global chat, I believe occasionally. I think I've seen this person made forum posts, and then the Nathan Fred. This is an old name, I'm pretty sure. This is someone who, I'm pretty sure this is a name that's been around since like 2013. I could be incorrect. That's an old name. I feel like a lot of the staff members in PokeMMO kind of stick around for quite a while. You'll also see certain staff members just sort of be on and off. Like if a staff member has the time to help out with PokeMMO, they help out. But if they have to like go to college or go do their job, they kind of like may fall off for a bit and come back later on when they have more free time in their life. These are in-game community managers. Is this the list? ARD. I don't know any of these three, unfortunately. So, anyways. Moving on, forum section moderators and other roles. We've got K9XL, the social media lead. Love to see it. Zach and Baby Tap, social media moderators. Cosmooth, head event coordinator. Deus Bruno, Elizen, events coordinator. Munya and Teddy, bug moderator. Game masters, players reporting manager. We've got Yibu, Damien, Z, Broken Bulb, Enzo, and we've got support managers. Are these? Wait. Maybe I'm misreading it. It might supposed to be, these are the support managers. I think that's the way it reads. It's kind of, maybe I'm dumb. You guys can let me know how it's supposed to be perceived. I think it's supposed to be like this. So bug moderators would be Munya and Teddy, I think. Not the other way around. It's kind of the spacing strange. So I think trade corner moderator is like Damien and Elizen. Competition alley moderator, I think, versus, that makes more sense to me. I can't even tell. The spacing is so weird. Anyways, we got a bunch of whatever roles. I'm trying to think if any of these are like super. These are like the forum customization thread moderator is B-Bait, for example. Are any of these like super, what's like a really important one, right? Shiny Showcase moderator, that's a cool one. Suggestion box moderator, this is kind of important. I can't tell if this is Dot Ice Queen or if this is Dark Shade. I think it makes sense. Like there's no way, yeah. I think it's like this because there's no way they need 4 mods for the multimedia moderator. Yeah, so it's probably UK being the multimedia moderator. Suggestions box moderator is probably Dark Shade, Munya, Austin, and Sai. So see, that makes a lot of sense. That's perfect. Okay. Unofficial events moderator, got K9 and Desperate. Nice. Okay, I think that's everything. I think that's all these staff members, all of their roles, all of their jobs, all of their positions. A lot of the community managers and game masters and such having, so these would be global moderators. Okay, a lot of those guys having multiple jobs in the forums and everything as well, which is really cool to see. So a lot of work. It's a lot of work goes into PokeMMO. There's a surprising amount of people that work in like the entire staff. Like the staff itself is actually a very large group for the most part, I would say, but the devs are very small. How many devs? Like how many devs is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's actually 6 devs, and then Darkshade, who I believe is inactive. So like 6 to 7 developers. Honestly, more than I realized, around that number, 6, 7 devs. But then in terms of other staff members, you've got 20 to 30 maybe, like a lot more, right? I'm too bad at counting, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's it for today's video. Just a quick little, good little overview of what's going on, the devs and all their jobs and everything. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to answer them, but they're probably better left on the forums. It kind of depends. Like this video if you enjoyed it, dislike if not, subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos, follow the Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. Discord's down below if you're interested in that. And if you want to go above and beyond and support the channel, there are financial links down below to do so, like YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, and PayPal/Venmo. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I'll see you guys later. Peace, Reno.